VCT roster update. VCT roster update में we have already done thank you for your service for a few players. Aaron का announcement आ चुका है, Texture का announcement आ चुका है और कल Monier का announcement आ चुका है. With regards to that, we really wanted to make it work with the previous roster, and I would have wanted nothing more than for the previous roster to stick together. But of course, circumstances are such that you can't always get what you want. I wish. So it's just unfortunate that we couldn't make it work with the same exact playing staff, with the same exact playing roster. Playing staff, nahi. With the same exact playing roster, we couldn't make it work. But that being said, we do have a plan in mind. Elaborate circumstances. I can't talk about all of it right now because some of the paperwork is still in process. Let me get done with it. Let roster mania happen. Once we have announced our entire roster, then I can talk about why we did certain things and why we made certain moves. Because there's certain things that I can't share until then. Just unfortunate that I can't share. Why did we end things with Eraser? With Eraser, there were a lot of things that we wanted done differently. The plans that we had, what we had discussed, it didn't work out in the way that we had planned. It wasn't because of the results. There were a lot of things outside of the game that played a very important factor into our decision with Eraser. And also looking at the future, because there were a lot of things that we wanted to do in the future as well, where we felt he may not be the right fit long term. Remember, Eraser was our coach franchise ke pehle bhi. Even before we got into VCT, he was our coach. Before that, he was our Fortnite player. So we worked with Eraser a very long time. I think my first interaction with him was in 2018. तो 5 साल पहले से हमने शुरू किया था, and since then we have had a very interesting relationship because पहले वो हमारा player था, then he became our coach, and then he also joined in as our VCT franchise coach. So there was a lot that went into the journey of Eraser and Global Esports, but unfortunately that didn't work out in the long run. Now, that being said, we were very clear about who we wanted as our coaching staff. We did, of course, as a company, talk to other coaches, but I think the coaching staff that we went with and had decided earlier, हम लोग हमारी coaching staff से खुश है. Like, we were very happy with who we have selected and finalized. उसका भी paperwork process हो गया. Again, Riot के approvals के लिए रुके. जैसे ही Riot हमें sign करके दे दे, we are absolutely fine to make those announcements. With most of the paperwork should be done by next week. Majority of the paperwork should be done by next week. And today you are going to see more details about more details about our roster. At least आज कितने थी? एक या दो announcements तो आज आने वाले हैं. Are any big names in the team or all hidden gems? I don't know if you consider them big names or not. I will definitely consider them big names for us because we have, well, technically some of them you may not even have heard of, but some of them you would have definitely heard of. So without right approvals, org can't give leaks? Absolutely not. So I'll tell you what happens when an org talks about things that haven't been approved. Okay, because this is a 3-party agreement. Agreement है GE के बीच में, वो player और उसके agent के बीच में और Riot के बीच में. So there's 3 people involved or 4 parties in some ways. The agent and player, the organization and the publisher. So unfortunately there are 3 parties or more involved in every paperwork roster. So the back and forth, agreeing on all the terms, ensuring that all of that is sorted out, then sharing the final paperwork after all signatures are done to Riot, then getting Riot's approval, then we can make an announcement. If we make any announcement without Riot's approval, any announcement that is made by any organization without Riot's express email approval will result in Riot sending a sanction and a fine to that organization. Straight and simple. If we have multiple infractions, we can even be given severe punishments. So, इसलिए it's not just about a monetary fine. It's about adhering to the league rules and ensuring that we're following everything as per protocol, as per paperwork.